Alright. Hey everybody. Welcome back. So, today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to do more of a discussion video today. Because I've been thinking a lot lately about Dead by Daylight's future. And recent events as well. I had a particularly frustrating match yesterday, not yesterday, but a few group of matches the other day. Just nothing was going my way on Survivor or Killer. Especially on Killer, because I was trying to play Nurse, and unfortunately, Nurse just doesn't have much going for her these days, especially here on PS4. But, I got to thinking about maps, and how the whole new map design / map reworks are supposedly, a lot of people think are the big answer to Dead by Daylight's problems. And you know, I got really pissed off and made a forum thread about it, and I wasn't as articulate as I should have been, and I just was frustrated and whatever. But anyway, and I got to thinking, you know, whenever I was playing the new map as Survivor against killers, even killers like Hillbilly, I really didn't feel like it was that much of a difference between that and most other maps in the game. Now, granted, they're better quality of like gameplay because you don't feel quite as restricted as you do on, say, the Asylum. Oh, excuse me. But at the same time, the gens still go by just as fast as ever. The gens go by really quickly, and the gens on that map are surprisingly close together. And I just feel like it's not making nearly as much of a difference as people are thinking. Or thinking they will, I should say. And you know, it's like, I'm thinking that their faith is misplaced. These map reworks, like, we've had like 1 map rework, 2 map reworks now in the last 6+ months. And there are how many maps in this game? I mean, how long is it going to take them to get through all of these maps? And even if they do, it's not going to really fix the problem. I mean, and look at the new map's breakable walls. The middle saloon, there's multiple god windows unless you break the frickin' the wall. So it's not. So that means that their plans on those are even that they're going to just put the breakable walls near these god windows instead of fixing the god windows to make them not god windows. They're going to make it to where it's like, oh, well, you can dismantle the god window and make it less of a powerful window, but you have to take time out of your way and go break it like a pallet. And killers don't have time to just walk out of their way and break stuff. Now, killers like Hillbilly and Demogorgon might not care so much because they can insta-break pallets and stuff and these walls. But, you know, I feel like even with all that, the quality of killers needs to increase. Because the devs have done some good things recently with the doctor changes and the Oni's slight buff that made him in the more ideal position. And then they've got things like, and then they got the rework Freddy received a while back that's been doing very well ever since. But then the devs have made some rather poor decisions as well. Like the Nurse nerf. Nobody really plays Nurse anymore, even on PC. Although, to be fair, I have seen more Nurses lately than I have ever before. Although, I don't know why, it's just a weird spike of Nurses, but at the same time, none of them were really winning. Not even the ones that looked like they knew what they were doing. And that's just... And so it's like, it doesn't really matter if people are playing her if she's not winning, and if she's not feeling successful. I can go up against a sweaty Wraith and feel more pressured than Nurse at the moment. But anyway, I digress. And then there's the Hex Ruin nerf. And then there's the fact that now the devs are targeting frickin' perk synergies between anti-gen perks. I mean, we're already seeing the results of that. The gens that are blocked don't regress, and the way they've designed Hex Ruin so you can't use it with things like Pop Goes the Weasel or any other stuff like that, and it's like, it's honestly shitty. It really is, it's shitty. And that's their priority. It's like, but what happened to their grand plan of balancing the game by bringing solo and survivor friends closer together and balancing killers around that, so that way they can give killers tools around survivor friends without screwing over the solo players. You know? Whatever happened to that plan? Why is it that they're only trying to take opportunistic approaches by, like, designing a perk if the chance comes across them, instead of making it their priority? Why is it not their priority? Shouldn't the betterment of the game be their priority? And then so it's like, what is their plan? Because these map reworks are too slow for it to be their grand scheme, and even then, like I said before, I don't really feel like they're working. They're just not really. Everything still feels the same. Gens go by quick. And the toolbox nerf, I mean, I don't even consider it that big of a nerf. I call it a repurpose, because that's basically what they did. Oh, it's Miss Piggy. It's a repurpose, in my opinion, because because they took the toolboxes, and instead of spreading a bunch of speed to a bunch of gens, or some speed to a bunch of gens, they put a high burst of speed on a single gen for a portion of it. But that still has very good uses, despite what some people may think. For instance, say you're about to get 3-gen'd, or if there's a particularly dangerous gen that's in a bad position that doesn't have very many places to go to, and you don't want that gen to be one of your final gens to work on. You can knock that gen out so fast if you have one or more people on that generator with one or two of these toolboxes. Come on, Jake. Dude! She has Hexarune as well. So this Jake just failed 2 skill checks and just basically made it to where the pig's gonna get over here. Unless she starts chasing someone else, hopefully. Alright, so that's where Miss Piggy is. And she's on her way here, stealthing. Alright, I'm gonna have to abandon the gen. Fuck. No doubt she has surveillance as well. And it's all because of that Jake. Anyway. And that kind of brings me to my next point. The game feels terrible at a high level play, but the only thing that's keeping it from feeling really bad for experienced players is the fact that Red Ranks is a mixed bag of good and terrible players because of how easy it is for survivors to pip in the current state of the game. But this new matchmaking system they're going to be putting out, this skill-based matchmaking system, I guess you may as well call it, it's going to throw that all out the window. It's no longer going to be as much of a mixed bag. It's going to be, alright, here's your score, here's players that are getting similar scores to you, go ham. And I feel like it's going to make high-level play feel absolutely terrible for killers. Now, for survivors, I think it'll actually make things feel better, to be honest with you. Because with high-level play filled with more skilled survivors, you'll have less potato teammates who don't do a single gen and just die. Like, these teammates right here, they're not doing gens very quickly, like, at all. If this were a team of, like, really experienced survivors who are optimized and on survivor friend comms, this Miss Piggy here would have lost 2 to 3 gens by now with all the time she spent. But that's fine, I will heal you. And so now, and it's not going to get any better unless the devs address it directly. And the problem is they're really not. They're just, you know, skirting around the issue. And I don't understand why it's not a priority for them. I mean, we will see in the future, but this is where I think it's going to go. And honestly, I worry for what the game will become. We already have a killer shortage. I mean, my survivor queues are way higher than that of my killer queues. I can queue as killer. Like, I could queue as killer after this match. And I will be in a match within 30 seconds. Alright, so she has an add-on that lets her attach the traps faster. It's the add-on I use, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, right, it might be Bag of Gears or Creative Gears. Alright, well, there goes her Hex Ruin. So if she was using that in Surveillance, it's essentially half of her build destroyed. But yeah, it's little things like that. Totem perks are still underpowered because they are way too risky. They're just used to meme around more than anything. And they don't really, most of them are not even impactful really. The only one that's really impactful is Devour Hope, and even then, that's one Hex perk. All the other Hex perks seem to be pretty weak. Hex Ruin could be okay if you have pressure, like a really high pressure killer like Legion or Hillbilly or something, and you can force them off the gens. But even then, it's still, as long as they're on the gen, it does nothing to them. And on top of that, they can just cleanse the totem, because the totem spawns are still terrible at 95% of the map roster. So that Jake has just fed her a Thanatophobia stack. I'm not quite sure why. Probably shouldn't be sitting this close, but I'm feeling adventurous today. Alright, so that pallet's gone. It's not like she has Hex Ruin anymore. Back away from there for now. I'm hoping that teammate doesn't get his head blown off. Alright, so Miss Piggy's going after them again. Yeah, that guy's cutting it close with the traps. She must have Bag of Gears or something. Oh my gosh, that was close. So these guys aren't doing the hottest. If I wasn't here on gens, nothing would be getting done at all. And they can't seem to last more than 10 seconds in a chase against a pig. I mean, come on. Alright, so she kicked that gen. Alright, she's coming. This perk is very underrated. It really is. People do not give this perk enough credit. Just the fact that you basically get a notification whenever they kick the pallet at like a mine game, it eliminates the pallet kick mine game almost entirely. Oh. Did she see me? How did she not see me? I was standing right there. I'm sitting here in my fucking dress clothes here. Alright, here we go. So let's play Shaq here a minute. How does Miss Piggy like to play Shaq? Oh god, she went inside. I fucked up. Alright. No need to waste the god pallet. That was a bad use of Shaq and I didn't want to waste it. Oh, bad optimized turning. And I knew she was going to do that, but I thought I could drop the pallet, but I forget how laggy this game is. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, at least there's one teammate doing gens. You don't have any more traps, do you? She's thinking someone's gonna drop a pallet on her head. So look at this. Jake is literally doing nothing right now. He could have been working on that gen, but he didn't. Teammates like that are the reason why Killer is still bearable. I'm gonna be honest with you. If people like him weren't playing the game, or people weren't being put on your teams that were like that, Killer's life would be hell. Alright, let's heal up with this med kit real quick. Finally get some use out of the darn thing. So bringing back into what I was saying, I feel like the people are putting their hopes in the wrong thing here. Because the map changes are going to be a quality of life thing more than anything. Some killers may benefit a little bit from it, like Huntress, who have a strong, who are powerful in chase, just have a hard time pressuring the map due to her speed. But then there are killers who are just, they're okay chasers or okay at pressure, like Legion, but not good at chase. Those killers may benefit a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as profound as people are making it out to be, where it's gonna be the big step in the right direction that people are hoping. Alright, I'm gonna commit to this gen. If this random commits, we get this. Where's Miss Piggy? Is she crouching? Nope, she went over for that guy. Alright, so the random's gonna go save that other guy. And there's a gen over here, I believe, that should be at least partially worked on. Oh no, they completed that one. Okay, okay, okay. I should honestly be taking a chase with the pig. I've only got one hook on me. But I can't really oh, wait a minute. This gen over here. Yep, someone's got the right idea. He wants to do the gen. He probably has adrenaline. Uh-oh. That guy might be dead. I don't know. Either way, look at how much gen we get done just by sitting here on the gen while he's going for the hook. Now, yes, there is 3 of us, but still. We're also being debuffed. We don't have any toolboxes or prove thyself either, to my knowledge. Alright. I did not even pay attention to where the doors were, not even gonna lie to you. So now I gotta go find where the door is. Oh, that must be the door over there. Yep, that's gotta be it. Here, that way you don't have to mash that button any longer. Oh, you're... Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. She's dead. Guy? I think he's just gonna let himself die. Yeah. Well. Damn. Well, she somehow managed to pull a 2K out of all that. Then again, to be fair, Jake basically fed her that. So I'm thinking that, in conclusion to my thoughts, on this whole thing I've been going over this entire video, I think the mindset of people need to be changing, because I want to see more killers at the higher ranks, and I want to see some give and take. A lot of the devs have been doing a lot of take and take and take and take and take lately, and it doesn't feel good for the game. And then there was like the change to, like, for instance, the change to Deathslinger. That was a mistake. Him not being able to turn very fast, like, he's slower at turning than survivors are at walking. So that means that if a survivor is moving sideways, he physically won't be able to catch up to them by ADSing on console, at least. On PC, it's probably a different story, where their sensitivity can cranked out through the roof. They claim that the fix for controllers is still on the way. The sensitivity boost is actively being worked on as we speak. But I'll believe that when I see it. But I guess we're going to have to wait till the mid-chapter patch to find out. At least that's what I'm hoping, that they'll release it, because if they're planning on making us wait even longer than that, then that's ridiculous. But anyway, in conclusion, the map reworks, I feel, are not going to do the job. I feel like that they need to also focus more on updating and bringing up lower-end killers, trying to recreate their successes with the Doctor, with the Oni, with the Spirit, Freddy. They need to take those find out what makes them good and recreate their success with other killers, because if they do that, this game's going to be awesome. We're going to have strong and scary killers and there's going to be a wide variety at all ranks, and this whole MMR system will actually end up being a benefit for both sides, because you'll have the strong killers you need to compete, but you'll also survivors will also get the teammates they need in order to not feel like the game is complete suckitude. Mindsets need to change, and I felt like I should just throw that out there. I wanted to give my thoughts in a more articulated fashion. I want people to understand where I'm coming from. It was frustrating to me before because I felt like it should have been common sense. But I understand that a lot of people either haven't played as long as me or just don't see things the way I see them. So I need to explain it in a way people will try to comprehend. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to subscribe. I got my next video coming up on Friday. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.